Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. How gold was a better investment than rhodium. Let's explore. What I'm about to tell you is not only true, but it holds several different lessons we can take from this late developing breaking story based off of what's been going on in recent months and through the year. There's been a lot of excitement, not only based off of the spot price of certain precious metals, mainly gold and also rhodium. Both broke record highs on the nominal and in some ways real dollar, but also the something that we can take away in terms of what an investment is. And one could say that between the two metals, the riskier one would be rhodium. For sure, it's very rare. It's many more times more rare than platinum. And platinum, by the way, is more rare than gold. Yea, though platinum is trading for a lot less than gold right now. Go figure. That's what we're going to do, but not necessarily with a calculator. Because we're going to talk about things that are going to break the mold in terms of investment strategy and the like. You know, I'm not one of these kind of persons that does brag, but I kind of did in a previous video about earning a 1,336% return on investment. But I really haven't been able to realize that yet. And more on that later with the example I'm going to talk about now. And what am I talking about? Well, it is the United States Mint's 1 ounce American Gold Eagle proof honoring the end of World War II's anniversary with the V75 privy. That's right. There's been a lot of buzz about this coin and the silver version as well. Here we see a close-up of the coin with the privy mark, which is very tiny on this gold coin. But this has a limited mintage of 1,945, honoring the year that the war ended. And but there it is. And this is actually a closer look at the rhodium bar, what it looks like in an image. But nonetheless, here is a look at the Gold Eagle. The first I've seen it in hand from a YouTuber. I did a video about that. I'll link that to the end screen of this video, as well as the video that I did about my most successful investment. But the thing is, as I mentioned in that video, I really haven't realized any returns on that investment. And that's one of the first lessons we can learn here, because if you buy something like this, or something like this, you know, it's all well and good if you have it in your collection and it has some value and it increases in value. And make no mistake, there's a difference between an increasing in value and increasing in price. In this case, I think they both occurred for both situations. But first, let's go back to the gold American Eagle here. And this coin is so much more than just the gold content contained therein. It is just provides the backbone for its value and its historic or intrinsic value. In and of itself, gold has value that is trading well into the high $1,800 levels, 1875, 1865, or what have you. But it did trade over the summer at over $2,000. So that's the very least that this person could get if they sold this coin. I know of two people that have gotten it. One I don't know. The other one is a viewer of this channel. And that's where this is going. Because this person, Richard C., bought one of these things. And I forgot he did that. But he was able to sell his V75 gold coin for $12,500. And he traded it for 5 ounces of gold and some silver. A great deal indeed. He sure did. That's pretty amazing. Well done, Richard C. That is very, very cool. And you know what? He took the opportunity, the bull by the horns, where the market was, and traded it at a very good price, and was able to really more than 5 times his gold content, or 4 times, as it got 5 ounces of gold for for one very high premium gold coin, he definitely did very, very well. But when you take a look at the numbers, he paid, what was it, $2,600 or $2,500 for that coin, somewhere around there. I forget exactly what the issue price was. And then the price he sold it was for $12,500. That was not a $1,336 increase that Richard C. got on that deal. But the reason why he did better than me is because of where RHODIUM is. And let's take a look at where RHODIUM is. And again, I have not done my due diligence here and trying to ask around and see what somebody could give me for this. And I probably may do it just out of curiosity's sake. But I would venture to guess that I would not get even bid price for this particular bar. In fact, there's another channel that got some of these bars, and they're selling them at spot, which is the ask price. It's an Australian company that got 6 half-ounce bared mint RHODIUM bars, and they're selling them for spot price, which means that they bought them probably for bid price, maybe even a little bit less. So if I was able to get these bid for them, I'd be very surprised. But the thing is even if I could get bid for them, if I could get bid for those bars, or that bar, I just have one, mind you, make no mistake, I only have one of these, but I paid $1,100 for it, and if I could get bid price, which is $13,800, well, I would do better than Richard C. did here. But that's purely a hypothetical. That's assuming I could get bid price for it, or even a percentage under bid price. If I could get it for $12,500, I would have done better than he did, considering that the gold coin sold for a lot more. But the thing is that doesn't happen, and it would be very difficult to do because whoever buys it from me has to find another buyer for it. And how many people out there really want RHODIUM? It's so rare, and rarity in this case, and considering what RHODIUM is used for and the like, and there's very little bullion products out for it. I don't know of only 2 right now, Pam Suisse and Baird & Company. These are the producers, refiners of these ingots here. And but my guess is the market for these is very narrow, whereas there's a heck of a lot of demand right now for the V75 Gold Eagle. Where will it be 6 months from now? My guess is probably 6 months from now, Richard C. would not be able to realize that $12,500 for it. So he acted quickly. He took advantage of the market and where it is and cashed out and profited greatly. And what did he do with it? He preserved his wealth with the returns, which is exactly what I would have done had I got the V75. However, I am a stubborn folk. That's right. I've had many of you on my channel, say that I should sell this thing and basically chiding me upside and down and sideways for being an idiot for not selling it. And that leads me to another lesson. You don't really see the returns until you sell. Richard C., had he kept that coin, he would have be able to have the bragging rights of having the coin in his possession, but a $12,500 bragging right is probably only temporary. That market is probably going to go down soon, and you're going to see these things go for less, or maybe even disappear from the market altogether, and people will forget about it. And one does show up on eBay or somewhere else when you take into account a 13% fee and the like, and shipping and all that. Well, more than likely, you're going to see it go for a lot less than this. Some of the greater versions have gone for higher, like $15,000 to $18,000, I've heard. But this is very, very nice that Richard C. was able to get this and be able to take action on selling. Now, let's take a look at RHODIUM again. This is the all-time high price. I've got bragging rights that I've got something of this high dollar, but I'm not taking any action on it. And if I could get $13,800 for it and buy gold, well, I would be doing very well. But here's my reason for not doing it. I just want a piece of RHODIUM in my collection to say that I've got all of these elements here in one form or another. I've got gold, silver, platinum, palladium, much more of this than this, and I think I have 9 ounces of this, but I only have 1 ounce of that. People say I should sell some of this, but I don't know. It's hard for me to let go of some things, but this may be a possibility. I might look into doing some of that. Maybe seeing if somebody would buy an ounce of palladium from me. I don't know, but nonetheless, this is the real prize right here, and only have 1 ounce of those. So the lesson here is this. There's 2 lessons, really. The great lessons here for this is that if something goes sky high, and you bought it really low, well, that's essentially an investment. It's an investment that is paid off. Gold and silver I don't see as investments, but in this case, in Richard's case, he bought a gold eagle that had a special little privy mark here with a very limited mintage, that this V75 privy mark is worth much more than its stamping in gold, for sure. And so with the rarity of it, he took advantage of the market, high demand, and he probably won't see that with rhodium per se. But nonetheless, he took action, and he was able to realize a return on this. The same thing can happen on the opposite end of the spectrum. If the prices fall for a precious metal, like rhodium or gold or silver, you don't take any losses until you sell. You have the item in hand, and that's where patience pays off. So many times I've seen in this community people selling on the way down for gold and silver, and buying on the way up, big time. People get scared, the fear of missing out, and all kinds of different things in that regard. The psychology of it is really fascinating in a sense, and I understand it. I can get caught up in that as well. The FUD factor, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, is a real big aspect of all of this. I don't have any of that with regards to rhodium, though, because I bought it as an opportunity to have a rare element in my collection that is now in a precious metal form, so that I can say that I have a bar of rhodium. In fact, I've posted other videos about rhodium and why I wouldn't sell it at 10,000 and why I probably wouldn't sell it at 20,000. But nonetheless, it would make no mistake, if I had another ounce of this, I would be proactively marketing that to sell it and see what I could do and try to get some gold with it, because my ultimate goal was to try to get more gold into the stack as a wealth preserver, and I enjoy gold. This bar, as you see here, and you've seen in other videos, there's really not much to it. It's not all that pretty of a metal. It's basically sort of a greenish hue, silvery metal, dull silvery with a greenish hue, whereas platinum has more of a bluish hue to it. Very, very slight, by the way. Just a hint of it, depending on the light, where you see that in the case with these platinum-based metals. It is dense, but not nearly as dense as platinum. But notwithstanding, there it is. And in this case, and really in most cases, especially with regards to this V75 Gold Eagle, gold was a better investment than rhodium. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give you some things to think about in terms of the mind of an investor versus someone who hedges, or a collector like me. A collector like me that buys coins and the different things that may go up in price. You buy it because you like it. You really do buy it because you like it. You like what you buy, and you buy what you like. And that's really been my philosophy for most of the time. But it is comforting to know, at least in a sense, that if I ever needed to sell because of an emergency situation, that I could probably get some percentage under this price at the very least, at least for right now, if I needed to do it. So that is somewhat of a comfort to a degree, but I hope that doesn't happen, because, again, the collector side of me is strong. The collector is a strong force in me, for sure. So there you have it. So again, congratulations to Richard C., and thanks for being the inspiration for this video. And I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.